Welcome in here to another of my Pioneers live stream. It's game two of this doubleheader against Geneva between the Redwings and the Pioneers. Hello everyone, I am Alex Stupid. I'm once again joined here. He's decided to stay on with me for game two, number 23, Eric Burkhan. Well, he wants to again going color commentary with me throughout game two of this doubleheader. So, Eric, what were your takeaways from game one? A wild game, a comeback win for the Pioneers. Just having about 30 minutes to go, 6-5 the final in that one.
It was a great game. I mean, we got down pretty early, but I mentioned that we don't like to give up. I mean, we're winners at the end of the day, and we always want to win no matter the score or how many runs we're down by. But, I mean, I think player of the game definitely has to go to Cooper Smith there. I mean, a 3-run double there that gave us, or no, that ended up tying the game there. So, great job to Cooper Smith and all around to the offense. They hit the ball really well, and shout out to Griffin. I mean, he didn't have the best support behind him, but I mean, he did his thing and he did the best he could, and I think he did well.
Absolutely, and I mean, you talk about that, 3 errors for the Pioneers in that last game, so a little bit more than what they're accustomed to. However, definitely something that the Pioneers will try and look to improve on in this game. In this game too, obviously they're going for the sweep today, and so the Pioneers looking to try and really extend their dominance over Geneva to really try and get the sweep in. I mean, what an opportunity this is. If you guys sweep today, that'd be so big for you guys going forward.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, getting the momentum into tomorrow. If we get the sweep today, we have Connor Lutz on the mound, and he's one of our better pitchers for us. So I know he's locked in for this game, and I think he's going to do very, very well for us today.
Absolutely, and of course, unfortunately, the lineup's been changed, so I don't have an accurate Elmira lineup. However, I do have an accurate Geneva lineup. So the Elmira lineup, we're going to play by ear. I think the top 4 guys are going to be the same, but after that, we'll have to play it by ear. But for right now, I'm going to read through the Geneva lineup. Leading off, it'll be number 4, Birch Herring Jackson, the second baseman. Batting second will be number 42, excuse me, Dylan Can, a left fielder. Batting third will be number 6, Brandon Gelpy, we just saw on right. He'll be the DH for game 2. Batting fourth will be number 38, Jason Shockley, excuse me, the first baseman we just saw catching. Batting batting fifth will be number 28, Brandon Begain, the catcher. Batting sixth will be number 5, Cooper Loyal, the shortstop. Batting seventh will be number 10, Ethan Fulton, the right fielder. Batting eighth will be number 2, John Ayler, excuse me, the extra hitter. Batting ninth, it'll be number 31, Jeremy Mangiamelli, the third baseman. And batting 10th, it'll be number 40, Nate Milk, the left fielder. And of course, on the mound for the Red Wings in game 2 of this doubleheader, it'll be number 7, Griffin White. And now White has a 5.68 ERA and an 0-1 record. He has 4 appearances, 1 save, 6.1 innings pitched. He's given up 6 hits, 7 runs, only 4 of those earned, and 4 walks with 5 strikeouts. And now, as we're about ready to get set here for the national anthem, me and Eric are going to take a quick break. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And we are back here, about ready to get set here now. And of course, Pioneers looking for a sweep today and then looking for the sweep tomorrow. If they can go 4-0, they will be the #1 team in the PGCBL. As we take a look at the unupdated standings real quick. These were coming into the day, by the way. I do want to mention this. This was coming into the day. Obviously, Pioneers with the win, 6-5 over Geneva in Game 1 of this doubleheader. They are now at 19-2 overall, so they have a game on Jamestown, depending on what Jamestown's doing. I don't know if they're playing tonight or not. But then, of course, you got Niagara below them. But really, the main goal for the Pioneers is to catch Batavia at 21-10. And so taking a quick look around, Niagara is actually leading Batavia in the top of the 6th inning. 4-2 is the scoreline on that one. So if Niagara could pull out the win, that would actually be massive. And it looks like Jamestown is not playing. Jamestown has the night off, which is actually massive for the Pioneers, which puts more emphasis on this game too. Because now, if the Pioneers win this game and Batavia loses, that would put the Pioneers at 20-12 and the Muck Dogs at 21-11, which would mean that if they sweep tomorrow, they would be the #1 team. So Niagara could definitely help out the Pioneers by taking down the Muck Dogs in that one. Top of the 6, 4-2 currently in that score. But now, of course, we turn our attention to the mound and the man who's going to be on it starting Game 2 for the Pioneers. I know this for certain. It will be number 27, Connor Lutz. He's made 2 appearances and making his 7th start today. He has a 5.08 ERA and 28.1 innings pitched. He's given up 28 hits, 23 runs, 16 of those earned. He has 27 walks and 31 strikeouts so far this season. A 1-3 record, so Lutz trying to get back in the win column today. And so now Lutz warming up. And of course, with Hernandez being tossed in last game in Game 1, screwed up the lineup for Elmira. So like I said, the top 4 are confirmed the same in the Elmira lineup from last game. But after that, I'm going to have to play it by ear. So as soon as I get those guys up towards the plate and the 5th or 6th batters, I will let you guys know and update my lineup. But for right now, Lutz is on the mound warming up. And of course, Eric, what does Lutz have for Geneva tonight?
I think Lutz brings like the dominant presence that he typically does. I mean, he has a upper 80s fastball, a good sweeper of a slider. He has good command of his curveball, and then his changeup is one of his better pitches, I believe. So I think Geneva is in a rough day for at the plate because if Connor is on, it's going to be a long day for them.
And now leading off for Geneva, it'll be number 4, Birch Herring Jackson, who has a 133 batting average of 14 starts, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 double, 6 RBIs, 6 walks, and 8 strikeouts, as that one is in there just outside for ball 1. And this game, in Game 2, has just officially gotten underway. Lutz now, 1-0, set steals. That one is in there, called strike 1. Count now evens up 1-1.
Good start for Lutz. He's looking locked and loaded. He looks comfortable on the mound.
Lutz swinging a miss there by Birch Herring Jackson, and the count quickly goes 1-2 now. Lutz looking for his first K and his first batter faced.
I'm thinking an outside slider.
Lutz will set deal. That one was outside, but unfortunately Herring Jackson was not fooled, so the count will even up at 2-2. Lutz now looking for a payoff pitch. Will set deal. Swing and a miss there by Birch Herring Jackson. He goes down swinging. That will be the first strikeout in the first batter for Connor Lutz, and that'll put it out on the board here in the top of the first inning.
I believe that was either the curveball or the changeup. He had it in the right spot. You want that low in the zone, and that's exactly where it was. So, good start for Lutz. He's looking a lot more comfortable than he has in the past. He's getting the ball and he's going, which means he's getting in a good rhythm. So, it'll be interesting to see how he does the rest of this inning.
Yeah, and now Lutz will have to face number 42, Dylan Can, the left fielder we just saw play in Game 1, as that's called strike 1 on the outside of the plate. So 0-1 the count now to Can. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Lutz now will set, deliver. That's going to be outside for ball 1. So count will even up at aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the first. Lutz now will set, deliver. That one is just outside again, ball 2.
I believe he went back-to-back sliders there that just got a little too outside there. I think he was looking for the chase there. Good idea there, but just not in the zone.
Lutz swing, and that is check swing fouled off by Can. It looked like it just jammed him up. So the count will even up now. 2-2 here. Lutz looking for back-to-back Ks to put 2 outs on the board.
Big pitch here for Lutz. This kind of just sets the tone for the rest of the game and how he's going to attack batters. Seeing what pitches work and what don't.
Lutz was set deal. That one is in there. Called strike 3. That will be back-to-back strikeouts for Connor Lutz, and he is dealing right now with 2 outs on the board here in the top of the first. That was inside heater, was it not?
Yep, that's what I saw. Good start for Lutz. I mean,
Very good start for Lutz. I mean, he's been a little bit shaky in his past couple starts for the Pioneers, and so really it's great to see him have back-to-back Ks to start off this one.
End of the day, that's baseball. I mean, you're going to go through so many highs and lows, so I think Lutz is he's been working hard, just adjusting pitches and whatnot, so I think it's the most comfortable I've ever seen him on the mound. He's looking good.
That one swung on a foul left field side. That one caught barrel of Gelpy, number 6, Brandon Gelpy, the designated hitter tonight, who we saw play right field in game 1, is at the plate. The count will even up at 1-1. That one caught his barrel, but he fouled it left field side.
Just a long strike, that's all that is.
Lutz says deals that one was the curveball upstairs. Count goes 2-1. 2-1 the count now. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Lutz sets deals. That one is in there. Called strike 2. Lutz with an opportunity to strike out the side. Go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first.
Lots of 2s on the board. And
where do you think he goes here? Looking to go strike out the side.
Outside slider.
That is inside. Called strike 3. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Lutz 1-2-3 strikes out everybody at the top of the first inning. And that will end it. We go to the bottom of the first. Pioneers bats up right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the first inning here. Pioneers looking to go up early in this one as Connor Lutz struck out the side in the top of the first inning. Once again, I am here joined by number 23, Eric Burkan, as my color commentator here. And now leading off once again here, as we just did in game 1, this time playing left field instead of center. It'll be number 1, Matt Granado, who will be leading off. And of course, Granado, always the leadoff man. He's led off so many times this season for the Pioneers. Leading off here again against Griffin White. So White will be facing Granado here first. White, as we mentioned earlier, 5.68 ERA. White now will set, deliver. That one is upstairs for ball 1. You want to know the count to Granado? No outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Claps going here, done. The place has been juiced after that Game 1 comeback win. 2-0 goes the count.
I think this is going to be big for the Pioneers if we can jump on the Geneva Redwings early with Connor Lutz looking locked in, and he's been throwing the ball well so far. So
White swing and a miss there by Granado, so the count quickly goes 2-1 now. That was down low in the zone. I don't know exactly what that was, but that was down low, whatever it was. White now, 2-1, set steal, swung on it, driven into right center. That might get down. It will not get down as Fulton will come across and get the out. That was a good, well-hit ball there by Granado. Unfortunately, Fulton, the right fielder, just came across and sniped that one out of the air. And so one away here now in the bottom of the first, and now that'll bring up number 77, Joe Muzio, the first baseman for Game 2, just like he was in Game 1. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Muzio had a couple strikeouts in the last game, trying to get a base hit here. White will set deal. That one is called strike one on the outside edge. 0-1 goes the count now to Muzio. One out here in the bottom of the first.
I have a feeling Muzio's going to get a base hit here soon. Yeah. Last game not getting one, not like him, but he's good. He'll adjust, as he always does.
Well, 0-2 the count here to Muzio after two swings and misses. One out here still in the bottom of the first. White sets, fires. That one is inside, almost hit Muzio. The count will quickly go 1-2 here now. 1-2 the count to Muzio. One out here in the bottom of the first. White now will set deal. That one is going to be upstairs. Called ball 2. I'm a little bit surprised there. I thought that was called strike 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
Count will even up anyway, 2-2.
The zone, I mean, if it's the same umpire, I'm surprised that is called a ball there. I mean, it looked like a strike from the last game.
White sets, fires. That one is upstairs and outside for ball 3. So now full count here to Muzio. Chance for him to get on with a walk or a base hit.
A walk or a base hit would be huge, you know, just get a runner on with our 3-4-5 coming up. Very huge for the Pioneers.
White will set deal. That one is upstairs. That will be a ball 4 walk. And so Joe Muzio will walk over there to first base. And so the Pioneers have a base runner on here with only one out in the bottom of the first. Now that'll bring on number 10, John Schroeder, the catcher in this one. Schroeder, we saw extra hit and catch in last game after Keller got pulled as the catcher and switched places with Schroeder to become the EH.
Yeah, with not seeing a lefty on the mound, John is able to hit. And his natural side of hitting, he's a switch hitter, so I believe he enjoys hitting lefty more than righty. And me personally, I like him lefty more than righty. I think he's a much better hitter. Same approach on both sides of the plate, but he looks more comfortable on the left side. So a base hit would be huge here from Schroeder, just to move Muzio on over. So let's see what John Schroeder will be able to do.
Well, also a walk in play as it's a 2-0 count already to Schroeder after 2 balls. And so now White will look over to Schroeder off of first, or excuse me, Muzio off first. White now 2-0. Will now set, deliver. That one is upstairs. 3-0 goes the count. Perhaps he's adopting what we saw in the last game from Wolf. We saw Wolf last game. As Wolf threw around Schroeder, he just walked him a couple times, didn't let him do anything. 3-0 the count here to Schroeder. Perhaps White is taking a page out of Wolf's book. White will set deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. So 3-1 the count now to Schroeder. One out here in the bottom of the first. Muzio still over there off of first. White now sets, delivers. That one is in there. Called strike 2. Schroeder was walking away. inside, called strike 2, so the count will go 3-2 now, full to Schroeder.
This is a big pitch here. I mean, I don't think the Pioneers or Schroeder, in fact, agreed with that call. It looked a little too inside for either of our likings, but
White will set deal. That is outside, well outside for ball 4, so back-to-back walks here for White. We'll put Muzio and Schroeder on with only one out here in the bottom of the first, an opportunity for the Pioneers to get an early lead. And now that'll bring up the man who was so clutch in game 1 to get an RBI double to tie the ball game. It'll now bring up number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder. Just as we saw in game 1, he was also the right fielder in game 1.
And the catcher's going out to the pitcher, trying to calm him down, see what he's feeling, if he's feeling all right. I mean, back-to-back full count walks is never a good thing, especially as a starting pitcher. I mean, you kind of want to just get out early on, and I mean, with Cooper Smith up, it's never a good thing. I mean, red hot Cooper Smith has been doing really well lately, so.
Smith certainly a tough out to get. So he'll be up here with one out and runners on first and second. White now looks over to Muzio. Will now set deal. That one is in there. Called strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Smith. One out in the bottom of the first.
Pitch on the outer half of the plate. Cooper agreed with it, but he's looking for the pitch he wants to hit.
White now 0-1. Will now set, deal, swung on a driven straight to the third baseman who will turn to second in time, go to first in time as well. A 5-6-3 double play will end the inning, and so the Pioneers will come up empty in the bottom of the first. But now we go to the top of the second, where Connor Lutz will be back on the mound right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the second inning here, and a still deadlocked 0-0 ball game between the Red Wings and the Pioneers. And of course, this is game 2 of the doubleheader today, and of course, Pioneers are going to get very familiar with the Red Wings in the next couple days. This is not only game 2 of the doubleheader today, but you guys have 2 more games tomorrow against this same Red Wings team. And of course, I'm still joined here by number 23, Eric Burcan. Still on here for some color commentator. Lutz back on the mound here to start the top of the second. And hopefully he could just go 1-2-3 like he did in the top of the first as he struck out the side in that inning.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think this is a big inning. I mean, if Connor does his thing and gets quick outs, and then we can start to put the ball in play more, I think it'll definitely set the tone for the remainder of the game.
Absolutely. Now, well, Lutz will have to step in to face the fourth batter in the Red Wings lineup, number 38, Jason Shockley, excuse me. And the count will go 1-0 to him. Shockley, the first baseman in game 2, he was the catcher in game 1. Lutz now 1-0, sets, deals, that one is in there, called strike 1. Count now evens up to Shockley here, 1-1, no outs in the top of the second. That one is swung on a pop down the right field line, but it is foul, so count will go 1-2. Lutz looking for 4 straight Ks here to start the game.
Thinking either an upstairs heater or an outside slider.
Lutz sets deal, swung on a driven up to Bear at short, who will throw to first in time, and that will be one away.
4 straight batters retired by Connor Lutz. Looking really good today, which is a good thing.
Absolutely. This is the best I think I've seen Lutz all season. He has been dealing to start game 2 of this doubleheader. 1 out here in the top of the second. And so now that'll bring on number 28, Brennan Begain, who is someone who we did not see in game 1. Begain, who will take strike 1 from Lutz. Begain, one of the lowest batting averages on the Geneva Redwings roster, .094 in 12 starts, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 RBI, 8 walks, and 13 strikeouts. 0-1 the count now. Lutz will set deal. That one is upstairs for ball 1. So Aces Wild goes the count here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second. Lutz sets, delivers, swung on a driven down the third base line. That was an off-speed pitch that hanged. Well, luckily for Lutz, that was foul.
Yeah, a long strike there. I don't think that was the spot he was looking for, but it's all good. He's going to get a strikeout right here.
1-2 now. Lutz sets deal, swung on a driven. That'll be a base hit in the center. And so that will be a single, and the no-hitter is gone. And so that'll be a base runner on for the Red Wings here in Begain. And now that'll bring up number 5, Cooper Loyal, the shortstop tonight.
I don't think that was the spot he was looking for. He knows it. He's a little mad at himself, but he can still get the ground ball double play right here to end the inning, which would be very huge for the Pioneers.
Absolutely. Loyal, a 200 batting average and 9 starts. That one is in there, called strike 1. 1-1 the count out of Loyal, 1 out here in the top of the second. Runner off of first in Begain for the Red Wings. Lutz sets deals. That one is just outside for ball 1. So Aces Wild, once again, the count goes. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second. Lutz now sets, delivers. That one is in there. Called strike 2 on the inside part of the plate.
Good pitch there by Lutz. Good fastball on the inside corner there. Looking for the strikeout or the ground ball here to get out of the inning.
1-2. Lutz sets, deals. That one is down low and outside. Called ball 2.
Just a bit outside there with the slider. I like the pitch idea there. I mean, this guy is, I don't think he would have made good contact if he did swing, so.
2-2. Lutz sets, deals. Swung on a driven third base side. Montagna will miss it, and that'll be a reach by air as Montagna missed that one on the ground ball over the third base side, and so they're actually going to rule it a hit. They're going to give Loyal the hit there, so that'll be back-to-back singles here for the Red Wings with only 1 out on the board here in the top of the second inning.
Not what you were hoping there. Hoping you could at least get 1 out there, but it's all good though. I mean, Lutz is gonna lock in here. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna throw strikes, get ahead early, and just use his overpowering stuff. So.
Lutz now will set deal. That one is upstairs and outside for ball 1 to number 10, Ethan Fulton, the right fielder. Lutz will look over to second and Begain. And we'll set deal. That one is in there. Called strike 1. So the count will even up at Aces Wild here once again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second.
Good way to get the count even here, and hopefully you can get ahead right here.
Swing and a miss there by Fulton, and he does get ahead, just like you said, Eric. And the count now goes 1-2 in Lutz's favor. Lutz looking for his 4th K here already in this ball game.
With the righty-lefty matchup here, it was a good pitch for Lutz to go to the changeup here. It's the 1-2 pitches, just a bit outside there. Good idea there, just a bit too far outside. His count evens at 2-2.
Yep, count even 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the second. Lutz still looking for his 4K here.
This is a big pitch right here.
Lutz now will set, deliver. That one is just upstairs for ball 3. You are signaling for a strikeout, so was I. But the umpire will call ball 3.
I think Lutz wanted the strike. I wanted the strike. I mean, it looked good to me. It may have been a little upstairs, but
Lutz now sets, steals. That one is outside. Called strike 3. He gets the call this time. And that will be a strikeout, the 4th one for Lutz of the night. And that'll put 2 outs here at the top of the 2nd. You gave me a look there, Eric.
I don't know if that was a strike. But
You
hey,
gave me a very skeptical look.
But hey, as a Pioneer, I love it. Good call, Blue.
Well, we didn't get the call on the 2-2
That
pitch.
is
We get
true.
the call on the 3-2 pitch.
That is true.
So we will take that.
We'll take it. We got 2 outs now in the top of the 2nd. Lutz is looking to get out of this. I mean, I know he's got it in him.
Lutz in there upstairs for ball 1 to number 2, John Ayler, the extra hitter. Ayler, familiar foe. That name, as we mentioned several times in previous matchups between the Red Wings and the Pioneers. Lutz will set, deal, swung on a driven right field side, but that is going to be out of play. So the count will go 1-1 as it evens up now to Ayler. 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd. Ayler now with a .059 batting average and 13 starts. 4 runs, 2 hits only so far. That is called strike 2 on the inside. That just caught the inside of the plate, excuse me. So 1-2 the count now. Lutz looking for his 5th K to end the inning here.
There's a big pitch right here. If he can get out of this, no harm. It's great.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is exactly what he did, Eric. And that will be the 5th strikeout of the ballgame for Lutz. He is dealing right now, and that will end the top of the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd right after this.
Square feet and employing about 500 people. Taking pride in serving the Elmira community for over a century. The Hilliard Corporation.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
What if white wine was not made for poultry, but for friendship? What if red wine set aside the steak and made room for love? What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 2nd inning in the Pioneers live stream, and I have a new color commentator with me. It's number 2, Dom Presto, has decided to hop on here for the bottom of the 2nd. He's just joining me for a half inning here, relieving Eric Burkhan for a little bit. But now, Dom, how are you doing today, man?
I'm happy to be up here. You know, my hamstring a little tight. Got the day off. Be back tomorrow, but happy to watch the Pios.
I was about to ask you. I know you were dealing with a hamstring problem, so I'm glad to hear that you're going to be back in the lineup pretty soon.
Yeah.
And so now, leading off this inning, it'll be number 14, Jake Keller for the Pioneers here against Griffin White, who's still on the mound. White sets, deals. Keller swings it over to third. The third baseman throws to first in time, and that will be one away.
Damn.
So an immediate ground out here by Keller to put 1 out on the board, and now that'll bring up number 44, Chris Bear, who is playing shortstop tonight in game 2. The lineup's been mixed around a little bit with Ray Hernandez being thrown out. in game 1. He was supposed to play both games. So now 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Bear will come up to the plate. What do you want to see here from Bear, Dom?
I want to see him hit a fastball early in the count.
That one will be upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, speaking of Ray Hernandez, yeah, the Pios are really going to miss him this game.
Absolutely. He does have a lot of power to offer. Fortunately, out due to the ejection. Swing and a miss there by Bear, so the count will even up at Aces Wild.
What do you think's coming here?
What do I think's coming? I think fastball again. I think White's been dealing with his fastball. White will set, deliver. That is going to be the changeup for called strike 2.
Wow.
Off speed there. Just got Bear because he went 2 straight fastballs. Just missed one and then got the other. And then went changeup there to get Bear to take it. So 1-2 the count now. White will set deal. That is going to be inside for ball 2 here now. Do you think Bear? You think has the Bear green light here 2-2?
Oh, for sure. Got to protect anything close, especially with these umpires.
Yeah, I mean, me and Eric were talking about it a little earlier ago as these umpires have gotten some inside calls. Swing and a miss there by Bear. He does swing, however, he just comes up empty. So Bear will go down swinging, and that'll put 2 outs here on the board in the bottom of the 2nd. And now that'll bring up number 40, Nick Montagna.
Number 37, the pitcher for Geneva, looks like he's attacking our hitters right away with fastballs early in the count.
Yeah, Griffin White, who is the starter on the mound for the Red Wings. And so he's been attacking with the fastball quite a bit here throughout this game. 2 outs already here in the bottom of the 2nd. White sets deals. That is inside for ball 1.
Stay in there.
Nick Montagna did back out of the
we got ice.
Back out of the batter's box a little bit. 1-0 goes the count. White now will set deal. Swung on a chop back foul by Montagna. The count will even up 1-1.
Tags tried to catch that fastball out in front there. Just came up a little early. 1-1 count. Here we go.
Montagna had a double in game 1 earlier on, so looking for him to continue his hot streak. White now will set, deliver. That one is going to be upstairs, call ball 2. That was an interesting call. I thought that was going to be called strike 2, to be honest.
Ball was up.
It's a bit hard to see balls and strikes in terms of up and down from up here.
No doubt.
2-1 the count anyway to Montagna. Will set deal. Swung on it, popped up. Right field side. First baseman might be able to get that. He will get it. And so that'll be a pop-up to end the inning. So no runs here for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We go to the top of the 3rd right after this.
Dom Presto will be signing off.
Dom Presto is signing off. Thank you for coming up here and joining me, Dom. Welcome back here to the Pioneers. The live stream is the top of the 3rd inning here. And once again, I'm here joined back with Eric Burkhan, number 23, after Dom Presto came on for half an inning in the bottom of the 2nd. Eric's back with me here now. Of course, Connor Lutz still back on the mound for the Pioneers here. And a still deadlocked 0-0 ball game between the Red Wings and the Pioneers. And so leading off this inning for the Red Wings, it'll be number 31, Jeremy Mangiamelli, the 3rd baseman tonight. Lutz will set deal. That one is outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count now to Mangiamelli. No outs here in the top of the third. Swung on a popped up left field side. It'll be Granado coming under it, and he will make the play, and that will put one away here. So on a fly out, 1 out here in the top of the third. Good start here for Lutz.
Yeah, you know, we got ahead early, and then you got a guy to fly out. I mean, as a pitcher, that's one of the better feelings as a pitcher. I mean, getting a quick out early on is really crucial. I mean, Drum is going to let Lutz go however long Lutz can go.
That'll be down low and in there for ball 1 to number 40, Nate Milk. And yes, that is M-I-L-K, as in the dairy product that everyone likes to drink. So that will even up the count at 1-1 here. Ace is wild, actually. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the third. That one will be swung on a chop back foul by Milk, and so the count will go 1-2 here now. Lutz looking for what would be his 6th strikeout of the game to put 2 outs here on the board in the top of the third.
Slider.
Lutz now sets deals. That is called strike 3 on the slider, just like Eric called. And that will put 2 outs on the board here. You called it once again, Eric.
Yeah, I think that's Lutz's strikeout pitch. It's definitely the slider, so. As you can hear Don Presto in the background, very passionate.
And why not at this point? 6 Ks, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Lutz has been dynamite so far. Lutz will set deal. That one is in there. Called strike 1. To back up at the top of the lineup now for the Red Wings, the number 4, Birch Herring Jackson, the second baseman, who struck out in his first at-bat. Lutz sets deal. Swing and a miss there by Herring Jackson again. 0-2. Lutz looking for back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning.
You know what I'm going to call.
Slider outside. 0-2. Let's see whether Eric's right. Will set. Delivered. That one will be a slider outside. However, it's just down low, 2 low. So the count will go 1-2 here now. You were right. He tried to go back to it.
I'm feeling a upstairs heater.
Lutz sets deals. That was the upstairs heater. Eric is dialed in right now. He is locked in. He is reading Lutz's mind right now. So the count will go deuces wild here in the top of the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third.
And
Lutz
slider.
sets deals. Swung on a popped up into center. Gehrig will come in on it and make the play. And that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning once again for Connor Lutz in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third where the Bats or the Pioneers will try to break the deadlock right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the third inning here, and a still deadlocked 0-0 ball game. It'll be number 4, Weston Gingrich, the center fielder, leading off in game 2 of this doubleheader. And of course, West did not play in game 1. He's now fresh face to the lineup. Gingrich making his 19th start as a 200 batting average, 13 runs, 10 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 10 RBIs, 10 walks, 14 strikeouts, and 11 stolen bases. White still out there on the mound for the Red Wings, and I'm still here with number 23, Eric Burkan. White now will set deal. That one is upstairs for ball 1.
I think if West does get on, I mean, he leads the team in stolen bases as I look down at the stat sheet. So it would not surprise me if West does, in fact, steal a base. So hopefully he can get on and, put the pressure on the pitcher.
White will check swing call, or excuse me, West will check swing called strike one. So 1-1 the count now to Gingrich. No outs here in the bottom of the third. And Gingrich, one of the fastest players for the Pioneers. So if he can get on, definitely, as you said, a threat to steal. White will set deal. That one is inside for ball two. So Weston will take the lead here. 2-1. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third. Pioneers just looking to break the deadlock. It's the exact opposite of game one. It's been a pitcher's duel here in game two, and in game one, it was all hits, all scoring. And so 3-1 goes the count now to Gingrich. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third. If Gingrich can draw a walk here, that would be good just to get him on.
Yeah, just get a runner on, and I mean, he can use his speed to steal bases. And I mean, as a pitcher, knowing there's a guy that's really quick, I mean, it puts that good pressure as West takes ball 4 outside there. So I'm calling it within the first 3 pitches, West is going to steal.
Within the first 3 pitches, that's what the old wise Eric Burkan says. All right, so that's what we're going with here. So Eric says within the first 3 pitches, West will steal. We'll have to find out. Now it'll be number 42, Spencer Aubin. It isn't a hitter at the plate. Aubin did not play game 1, playing game 2, making his 13th start as a 188 batting average, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 double, 4 RBIs, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases so far this season.
I do have to say, Spencer Aubin is my favorite Pioneer. I mean,
your favorite Pioneer?
Him and I, we were boys, so I just love the guy.
White will set deal. Swung on a popped up right field side. That is going to be foul and out of play. So the count will go 0-1. West did not attempt to steal, so you're down to 2 pitches, Eric.
No, I know him. I just have that feeling. I mean, Spence has been hitting the ball well. I know he's been in that cage a lot from what I've seen. So, as everybody has been, just trying to get better, work on just mechanical things. So, it's definitely been paying off as we've been hitting the ball much better since we've gotten the new batting cage.
0-1 the count out Aubin, and that is true. I have noticed that. And West is going to steal. Eric was right, and he will be safe at second. That is a stolen base and a 1-1 count. Eric Burkan, the prophet, has struck again. And so he predicted it right on the second pitch. West stole second.
You think he goes back-to-back here, Alex?
Oh, my goodness. Don't even tempt with that thought. I don't think he goes back-to-back. I think that's a bit too aggressive. I don't think I've seen that quite often. 1-1 the count now to Aubin.
Well, the pitcher has a slower delivery, so West got a really good jump. And
well, he is looking over towards West this time, however, so that is a bit different. As Aubin will pop up to the third baseman, who will now go to first in time, and West is going to steal third. So you are right again, Eric, as West will steal third on the ground out by Aubin. And so Weston Gingrich is now over there at third. Now that'll bring up number 22, Nick Bisaccia.
That was really good by Spencer. I mean, he's just doing his job, moving the runner across. And now, in my eyes, I believe he is the Pioneer Derek Jeter. I mean, Nick Bisaccia, he just does his job. So, if I had to guess, Bisaccia's just going to do a job. Whether that's hitting a ground ball on the right side or a sac fly, I mean, he's going to do it.
Either one would get Weston Gingrich in. That is swung on a chop back foul, and the count will go 0-1. So 0-1 the count here to Bisaccia. 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
I mean, this is crucial. I mean, to get Weston. I mean, get the first run of the ball game. Get the Pioneers to lead.
Yeah, but lead would be massive. White will set deal. That one is outside for ball 1. So count will now even up at aces wild here to Bisaccia.
This is a big pitch right here. I mean, Nick could get ahead, or the starting pitcher for Geneva could get ahead here.
White will set deal. That one is down low and inside for ball 2. So Bisaccia does take the lead here. 2-1 goes the count. And so 1 out here in the bottom of the third still, as Bisaccia has a lead 2-1 here now. So he's looking to to try and convert this to a walk at least. White will swing, and that is popped up into center. That might be enough to get Gingrich around. Ethan, it dropped! Versace, that's a base hit! That is an RBI single, as it was the center fielder and the right fielder who missed it. Versace is going to go all the way to third. What a calamity of errors from the Red Wings, and he will be safe at third. Versace is safe at third, and now it will be a 1-0 ball game here between the Pioneers and the Red Wings.
All right, now we are back at the top of the order with Matt Granado, and I am joined by Cam Levesque, the starting left fielder from Game 1, as Alex is going to take a break. So, Cam, how do you feel about that base hit from Nick Bisaccia?
That was absolutely electric. Scored Wes and got a runner on third. That's exactly what we need.
I like it, I like it. As the pitcher comes set, the 0-0 pitch is upstairs, an upstairs heater.
He's absolutely flustered.
He's flustered. I like that word. That might have to be word of the day. This would be crucial if we could get Nick Bisaccia in to get an early 2-0 lead here. That pitch is called on the outside corner for strike one. Evens the count, and as Alex says, ace is wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. How do you think Connor Lutz is doing today?
I know Connor's absolutely going to... Oh!
And that ball hits him. That hits Matt Granado as he will get first base.
Check that ball, folks. Check that ball.
Check that ball.
Wow,
I
he
like
absolutely soaked that one.
So back to Connor. What do you have to say about Connor's performance so far?
Connor's performance so far, I honestly thought, I think has been great. He had a little struggle in the first with that walk, but other than that, I think he's been golden.
Yeah. As the catcher is coming out to the pitcher just to calm him down, see if he's doing all right. And so this would be huge for Joe Muzio. See if he could drive in Nick Bisaccia.
Absolutely, yeah. Muzio, veteran of the Pios. He was here last year. I believe he was an all-star. Don't quote me on that, though.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Don't think so.
So Cam, as a speedster yourself, do you think Matt Granado is stealing first pitch?
Ooh, 0-0 count here. You know what? I'm hammering the over.
You are?
Absolutely.
All right.
Granado stolen base here.
Okay. We'll see how that is. Now let's see if Joe Muzio can give Connor Lutz some insurance runs here in the bottom of the third here with 1 out.
Oh, no.
Oh, that pitch is called strike. I
strike
thought that was
one.
outside. Cam gave me a reaction like he thought it was ball one, but
Absolutely. Granado did not take the bag on that. And
there he
there we
goes.
go. Second pitch. Oh, a fake.
Fake, and that is called strike 2. Another outside fastball.
Wow. 0-2. Muzz is really going to have to put up a fight on this one. He's got runners in scoring position. He's got to put some barrel on the ball.
I was talking to Alex earlier, and I was saying how deep of a lineup we have. How do you feel about that? Do you think we have a pretty deep lineup?
Absolutely. We honestly have some amazing talent, 1 through 10. Crazy fan for Joe Muzio there, but absolutely. We have some great talent, 1 through 10. Oh,
That ball is
Muzio with
hit.
the drive. Oh, diving
He
catch. He
dives,
makes it.
catches it.
Oh, wow.
Wait, does he?
Oh, double.
Oh, and they double him up.
Whoa.
As the right fielder makes a diving catch to end the bottom of the third, and we will be right back.
The promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his 2 brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company at its peak, producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father, and he started Bully Hill Vineyards in 1967. My father had a vision for the Finger Lakes wine industry. When Bully Hill was started, only 5 producers existed, and now there's over 300 And he firmly believed that you have to have a certain level of integrity and honesty with the people around you and yourself. And these are kind of the staples of what our business is. Bully Hill was built on the back of French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century, and they were brought over by my grandfather in the 1950s. And here at Bully Hill, we started the experimental farm, from where these hybrid varietals have made their way to almost all 50 states. As we become more environmentally conscious, we're looking for agricultural solutions that have less impact on the environment. My dad firmly believed that a product is an extension of a person's soul, and we still adhere to that today at Bully Hill Vineyards. His memory and his vision is still seen around the Finger Lakes. Here at Bully Hill, we're excited about the future and sharing this experience with you. Bully for you.
I was actually a passenger on the bus. Sitting on the bus, I looked up and I saw we are hiring. So I called up the number, I came in for an interview, and I started driving.
And welcome back to the Pioneers live stream as I'm still here with Cam Levesque. We're in the top of the 4th inning here as Connor Lutz is still on the mound, and he's looking to continue his damage he's done for the Pioneers. So Cam, how do you predict Connor's going to do this inning?
Well, Connor's had a confident run these last 3 outs, and I think he's going to try and hammer the strike zone right here.
I like that. I like
Try
it.
and get an early jump.
Oh, he shows bunt as he hits it right back to the pitcher. Loose fields it, and that is wild. That is wide right as the runner gets to second base, and he's going to hold there. So not the start we were hoping for, but I think Lutz can battle back here.
Yeah, that was not ideal. I think error being on Lutz there for the wide throw, but it's all right. We'll see if he can minimize here and pound the strike zone and see if we can maybe roll one over to the shortstop and hold the runner here.
Now batting, Braden Gopi. I believe that's how you say his last name. With a runner on second and no outs, what do you think Connor is looking to do? Just get an easy out or a strikeout? What do you feel?
I'm thinking he's going to want to try and get a rollover to the shortstop or third baseman to hold the runner
I like
out.
that. That pitch is called ball, a little low and outside, but not a bad idea for Lutz to start. And I was talking to Alex earlier. I feel like Lutz is like locked in, and he's been real comfortable on the mound.
Yeah, he has. This is, I believe this might be one of his, oh, sorry, mic cut out there. As I was saying, these last couple pitches, he's looking to get a little more comfortable on the mound, I'm thinking.
And the 2-0 pitch is,
Wow.
I thought that was a strike.
Wow.
So did Cam. That looked dotted on the outside corner there, but umpire called it a ball. So 3-0 here. He's just looking to get a strike here to get back in the count here. Big pitch for Lutz. Big pitch for Lutz. And the 3-0 pitch is upstairs, ball 4. 4-pitch walk is never a good thing. You know, I think he might be a little flustered with the error there, so hopefully he can just lock in and get this next out.
Absolutely. I think he needs to wipe it and roll a 2-ball here. I think that's best case scenario.
That would be huge. And the 0-0 pitch, he shows bunt again, but it's upstairs. And John is throwing down to second, and that will not be in time. As Jason Shockley, number 38, is up to bat here. As he showed bunt, but the ball was upstairs, so that was a ball regardless. So, what do you think Lutz goes to? I think he's a fastball, curveball, slider change. What do you think he's going to go here?
I think he really needs to start establishing the fastball presence. But with them throwing bunt, it's never a bad idea to try and, throw an off speed and have them pop it up.
Yeah, I like that. As the count evens to 1-1 here with the runner on first and second and no outs here in the top of the fourth.
Absolutely. As Alex would say, ace is wild.
One out. We need one out. As Lutz tries to do an inside move there to catch the runner off guard, and the runner on second does in fact look like a speedster, so it wouldn't surprise me if he tries to run, but as the runner or the batter shows bunt once again, the count goes to 2-1 here. How do you feel about this guy showing bunt for the third time?
I think he's clearly trying to advance that runner to third. They're trying to scratch over a run. I think they are a little outmanned. I think that's why they're doing this.
As he does in fact bunt, and Connor will go to first for the out.
There we go.
Runners do advance though to second and third here.
Absolutely. This is a time where Lutz needs to really come out and show his early season potential and start dominating with strikeouts.
Yeah, I believe this is like, from what I've seen, the most comfortable and locked in I've seen him since his first two starts of the year. And now batting will be Brandon Bigany. I believe that's how you say his last name. As the 0-0 pitch is, man, he tried to hit that out of the park and he whiffed, so.
Yeah, that was a frisbee by Lutz.
I like that. I like that pitch call there. As the 0-1 count is
Wow,
a ball.
he is really not
Really.
liking that right side of the plate, the ump.
Aces wild.
Now we are indeed aces wild as Lutz delivers.
And that ball has
Pop up.
popped up behind us, and that will be strike two. So 1-2 the count. I believe. What do you think he goes to? I've been loving the outside sliders. He's been hit pretty money with them.
I'm liking the chair pitch, Berkey.
The chair pitch. I love that call right there. Oh.
Blowing in the dirt. I believe he was trying to make him swing there.
Get the old chase pitch.
Yeah,
but-
the old chase pitch.
But Lutz has been looking really solid so far throughout the game. And I believe we have a couple more Pioneers joining us behind us. So,
Absolutely, it's there.
wow. He called, I believe that was a called strike three, but he in fact called it a ball. I mean, 3-2, you really don't want to walk, but that does set up the double play for the end of the inning. And the 3-2 pitch is,
There it is.
oh, fouled back. Good pitch idea there by Lutz.
Absolutely, yeah. 3-2-1 out here on the scoreboard. So
This is in fact a very big pitch here for Mr. Connor Lutz. And the pitch is just outside. So bases loaded here. I believe the corners will be in to cut off the run, and then the middle infielders are playing a little more towards the middle there just to try to get that double play.
absolutely.
Now batting, I believe that's number 5, Cooper Loyal. Right-handed batter here, and he swings.
Absolutely. Double play.
Double
ball.
play,
There we are.
ending inning, double play. That was crazy. We just called that. So good stuff by Connor to deal with that and get out of that inning. So props to him. As we will take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back here into the top of, or bottom of the fourth. My apologies there. As the Pioneers are still looking to add on some more runs. I'm still here with Cam Levesque, my favorite co-host so far through my early commentating career. Cam, how do you feel about this bottom of the fourth with the heart of our lineup coming up?
I feel like runs are aboard, Eric. I feel like runs are aboard.
You know, I could get behind that, good sir. I have a feeling Joe Muzio is going to start it off as he always does for us, and then John Schroeder's going to do John Schroeder things.
Absolutely.
Oh, my apologies once again. John Schroeder is leading off this inning.
Oh, that is right. Cooper,
Muzio,
Muzio had
the line out to right field to end the last inning.
Correct.
But what are your takes on John Schroeder at the plate? How do you feel about him?
Nonetheless, Schroeder is an absolute stud. I will say, just being able to watch this kid swing in BP every single day, it's fun to watch,
Oh, that ball is hit foul behind the away team dugout as the count goes early to 0-1 here. Some would say John Schroeder is a dog. How do you feel about John Schroeder?
That
being a dog?
is actually the word I would best describe
John Schroeder?
as.
Yeah.
Switch hitting catcher, you don't see that nowadays.
No.
My guess, John Schroeder, 2024 MLB draft.
Really?
Yes.
You know, that would be awesome, for us playing with John, just to see a Pioneer get drafted. I mean, we've had a couple draft picks here in the past couple years, and the 0-1 pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Count goes quickly, 1-1 here. What do you think this pitcher is trying to do to get John out?
I haven't been watching him much with his pitch selection, so I don't really know what he's sequencing. But he's gonna probably try and throw a lot of off speeds to. What is he hitting 3 today? 3 or 4, right?
He's hitting third today.
Yeah, tons of off speeds. Try and get him uncomfortable is my guess, but we'll see.
And the 2-1 pitch to Schroeder is upstairs, ball 3. I said it in the last game. They must have gotten the scouting report for John as they've been pitching around him all game. How do you feel about that?
No, that seems about accurate. That's what I would do if I was on the mound.
And the 3-1 pitch is upstairs. I believe that is his 4th walk of the day between both games. And now Cooper Smith. He had the biggest hit of the season pretty much for the Pioneers last game. 3-run double for the Pioneers to tie the game in the bottom of the 5th last game.
Absolutely, yeah, that was awesome to be able to watch. I was on third base, and I saw that fly through the infield, and I was like, "Yep, that's dropping." And I didn't realize it actually squeaked underneath the right fielder, and that led us to be able to score 3 runs and put us ahead of the game.
That was huge.
Absolutely.
0-0 pitch. Cooper shows bunt, and that he gets it down, and the third baseman will make an error as the Pioneers have first and second with no outs, and Jake Kelleher coming to the plate. And I've been saying Jake Kelleher has been the hottest hitter for the Pioneers as of late.
Absolutely. Jake is looking to do damage right here.
And I was mentioning to Alex earlier that we just got a new batting cage, and everybody's been getting a lot of reps in. How does that, as a hitter, how does that make you feel more comfortable before a game?
Oh, absolutely. The confidence is through the roof when you're able to take cage swings before you take on-field beeps. You see the ball fly way differently. And
the pitch is fouled straight back as the count goes 0-1. I was also saying to Alex, I mean, Jake, he will battle every at-bat. I mean, he's averaging gotta be like 7 pitches in at-bat because, I mean, if he gets down early, he's just going to battle his way back into it.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not looking to pick up a K. That's the last thing he's trying to do. And
the 0-1 pitch is check swung, and he did go. And now the count will go 0-2. So, with Chris Bear, I mean, you go to school with Chris Bear. What do you think he's thinking right now on deck with runner on first and second?
Oh, he's looking to drive in runs.
Yeah.
Bear's looking for that deep gap shot, get onto and score multiple runs.
Most definitely. As the pitcher will check John at second. And the pitch,
Ooh.
oh, it in fact hits him. Wow, not what you're looking for as a pitcher. 0 and 2. And he hits him. That's one of the worst things you can do.
Wow.
Bringing up Chris Bear. Chris Bear joined the Pioneers a little late this season. But he came out red hot as the Geneva Redwings head coach will come out. And now that I look down to the bullpen, they do have someone stretching out right now. So this may be his last inning if he doesn't get some outs here pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Pioneers are about to jump all over him. I mean, especially since he has no outs. Not really sure what their coach is thinking. Maybe stall a little bit right here, let him throw a couple more, and then go to the other pitcher if he doesn't get out of the inning.
Yeah, this is Griffin White, the starting pitcher, and he looked really promising through the first 3 innings. He gave up a run last inning, but I mean his first 2 innings were no-hit baseball, and I mean as a pitcher, like that's exactly what you want. So, bases loaded here with no outs. A great time for the Pioneers to capitalize, get some more runs, and get Connor Lutz even more comfortable than he already is with a multi-run lead.
Absolutely, yeah. Eric, what are you looking for as a pitcher here?
You know, as a pitcher, I'm just trying to put the ball in play, trust my defense, cut the run off at home, and it looks like the Geneva Red Wings are having corners in, and they're letting their middle infielders play straight up. As the pitch is an upstairs heater, and Chris Bear swings right through it for 0-1, but Chris Bear is really aggressive early on in the counts from what I've noticed, so it wouldn't surprise me if pitch is in the zone, he's going to be hacking for it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's looking to take a money hack if he sees his pitch.
Most
He has
definitely.
great bat-to-ball skills, so
Most definitely. With Nick Montagna up on deck. And that ball is
Oh, there we go.
Driven down the right field line. That's going to score 1, 2. Jake Kelleher going to 3, and he will be safe. That is a 2-run hit for Chris Bear.
2-run RBI single for Chris Bear. Let's go.
As Cam Levesque said earlier, he's looking to drive in runs, and that's exactly what he was doing. I mean, a 2-run single is crucial, especially for the Pioneers. Now we have first and third with no outs, and the Geneva Red Wings bullpen is moving. Their bullpen has a guy throwing right now. I don't know what number he is. It's a bit far away as Nick Montagna strides in. The 0-0 pitch is, in fact, that is inside, almost hit him. Do you think Chris Bear attempts to steal here just to draw a throw and maybe get Jake in?
In my personal opinion, I do not think Christopher is going to go.
Okay.
We will see. The reason being is pitcher is really struggling out here. Now, especially a 2-0 count, it is not a promising count to steal in. And, yeah, I think he knows that Montagna is going to get him over.
Yeah, I mean Nick had a double in the first game, and that was huge. That actually started the rally for the Pioneers. That ball is called ball 3. The count goes 3-0, and Cam thought that was a strike, and I kind of agree with him, but it was the umpire's decision. 3-0 count. Nick probably has the red light here, not trying to swing. And that pitch is a strike. Count goes 3-1 here. Pioneers are up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
No outs.
No outs. And we have Wes Gingrich on deck as Chris Bear steals, but that is a ball 4. So, bases loaded here with no outs for Mr. Purdue himself, Wes Gingrich. And it looks like they're going to the bullpen. And Griffin White's night here in Elmira is in fact over. I think if you're Geneva, you just want a guy that's gonna throw strikes, fill up the zone, try to get outs. So hopefully this guy can do it.
That's exactly what we're looking for in John Tully. Tully is a 6'2", 200 right-hand pitcher from Bates College. He's a sophomore from Framingham, Mass. We will see how he does tonight, and we will be right back. He's done.
So I am just looking at Alex's computer, and the final score of the Niagara Power versus Batavia Muck Dogs is 6-3 in favor of the Niagara Power, which is huge if you're a Pioneer fan, because us Pioneers are trying to take over Batavia for first place. So Cam, we have a lot of games coming up in the short amount of days. Doubleheader today, doubleheader tomorrow, Niagara on Wednesday. How do you think Coach Strum is going to prepare us for those games?
Yeah, there's a doubleheader being done today. I think we got a couple more arms tomorrow. I believe Max Zentil is going to be pitching, as well as
JoJo. I want to say
Yes.
JoJo.
I think Joseph Kelson will be pitching as well.
Mhm.
JoJo. And then Niagara, I believe we are going to go with a staff day, potentially.
All right, we are back here. Bases loaded still with no out for Mr. Purdue himself, Weston Gingrich. This would be huge if West could capitalize early on. And that hits him. First pitch of the at-bat hits him right in the calf. Is Jake Kelleher will score to make the score 5-0. I mean 4-0. That is on me. That's not the start you want if you're John Tully.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Spencer Aubin that's exactly what he's looking for, because he knows that John's definitely going to be trying to establish his fastball now, and he's going to be looking cookie to drive in runs.
I was saying earlier that Spencer is one of my favorite Pioneers. Do you have a Pioneer ranking list?
Oh, absolutely. Spencer's
Okay.
top on my list.
He's up there. He's a dog. He's a boy. That ball, first pitch hacking, that is fouled back into the crowd. A little danger zone where that ball landed. Count goes 0-1 here, and that was the fastball, like you said. You thought that Tully would establish his fastball early on, just to try to get ahead here, get a little bit more comfortable. I mean,
I think he's going to go right back at it here,
go
Eric.
right back to it.
No.
That looked like an off-speed pitch. As the Geneva Redwings infield is playing in, they're trying to cut off the run at home to hopefully stop the bleeding that the Pioneers have been doing. And I mean, a 3-spot in the 4th inning with no outs is really big for the Pioneers.
My guess is Aubin's going to be trying to hit a deep shot. Maybe, yes, especially since he's now plus in the count. I think he's going to be looking for a gap shot or sac fly potentially.
I think Spence just knows like he's got to do a job, and all year he's been doing jobs. I mean, he's always knows when he has to put a ball in play or just battle out. I mean, he's been doing really well for us. The 2-1 pitch is a little outside, but that's called for strike 2. The count goes 2-2.
Eric, where would you say this zone presence is by the umpire?
You know, I want to say, it hasn't been that consistent. In the first game, he was favoring the inside corner and a little bit more on the inside for pitchers in the first game. But now it looks like he's just widening his zone out. And that ball is driven deep. Nope, that is shallow left field. The shortstop is running in on it. And he drops it. He drops it. As a run will come in to score. As Chris Bear comes in to score. So now the score is, in fact, 5-0.
With Two
So,
outs, I believe.
I believe there's 2 outs. I think they got the runner at third and then the runner at second. So base hit there for Auburn. I believe that's a base hit, unless they marked it as an error. But like we just said, Spencer knows how to do a job, and he
Absolutely.
exactly just did the job.
Absolutely.
And now the Geneva Red Wings head coach is coming out to maybe question the call,
Yes.
but I don't know what he has to question. And in his first at bat, I called Nick Bisaccia the Derek Jeter of the Elmira Pioneers. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I think that's 100% correct. He is incredibly clutch with plays up the middle. I think he's just a baseball player, has a knack for the game. You always see him first one out there to go take beeps. He's always working on his hands. Just loves the game.
Loves the game. He's a he'll be a sophomore at Seton Hall University. Very good baseball school, and I think Bisaccia is just trying to continue damage here for the Pioneers. As the Pioneers are up 5-0 here with Auburn on first and 2 outs. And first pitch is ball 1. Check swing. The umpires checked, and he did not go. So first pitch ball here for Tully. Tully has been doing his job of just filling up the strike zone. But I think it'd be huge for him to get out of this with limited damage. As that ball is in the dirt, and Auburn is taking off.
Great read by Auburn. Great read.
Dirt ball read there. As the catcher does a no throw. There's no shot in getting Spencer, the speed demon, out. I mean, right now I think Bisaccia is just trying to call his inner Derek Jeter a little right center line drive to score the run.
Oh, absolutely. You know a single scores when you're on 2 here. So
Exactly.
that's exactly what he's trying to do now that Spencer took that bag.
That ball is, that is called strike 1. The count is 2-1 here with 2 outs as the Pioneers lead 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And if you're Connor Lutz, what are you thinking right now with a 5-0 lead in the 4th?
If I'm Connor Lutz, I'm feeling confident that that my runners put some numbers up behind me, and now I pitch loose. Oh, side note, wild pitch. Auburn advances to third. But back to Lutz. Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna feel confident, go up on the mound, and now he's really gonna shove and put up some zeros for the Pies.
Most definitely. I mean, runner on third here with a 3-1 count. What do you think Bisaccia is looking here? Do you think he's sitting off speed? Do you think he's going to go back to the heater?
No. He's sitting cookie.
Cookie heater, okay.
Absolutely.
I like it. As Tully sets, and the 3-1 pitch is
There
driven to right field, but looks like right to him, and that will end the inning. But the Pioneers put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 4th as they are winning 5-0. We'll be right back after this message. All right, welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. Top of the 5th here, as Eric Burkan and Cam Levesque will be signing out. We're gonna let Alex get back to doing his thing. You know, he's a dog up here on the live stream. Cam, you got any final words?
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you to Pios fans out there. Roll Pios, and thanks, Alex, for letting us on the stream today.
All right, back to Alex.
I'm back here in the top of the fifth inning. I just, as you heard, let Cam and Eric call the live stream as that is called strike 3 to number 5, Cooper Loyal, the shortstop who just struck out against Connor Lutz. And so now that'll be Connor's 7th K of the night, and that'll put one out here in the top of the fifth. And I am very much appreciative of both Eric and Cam for coming on. I let them have a little bit of a solo commentary, let them have some fun. It was really enjoyable. I'll make sure to get those guys back on here again and let them run the show again. That was quite a lot of fun. So now it is 0 on the count now to number 10, Ethan Fulton, the right fielder tonight. He struck out in his first at-bat against Lutz, one out here in the top of the fifth. Lutz now will set, deliver, swing and a miss there by, or excuse me, it's not Fulton, it's actually Ayler. So it was Fulton that struck out, and Ayler is now the one at the plate. So 0-2 the count to him. Lutz will set deal. That one is in there. Just upstairs and outside for ball 1. I'm a little surprised that was not called strike 3. 1-2 the count now to Ayler. And Eric once again is called slider away. That one was the slider away. However, that one missed. And Ayler did not chase. So 2-2 goes the count. Once again, I'd like to say I'm incredibly appreciative to both Eric and Cam for coming on. Doing a fantastic job. Lutz will set deals. Check called. Strike 3. He struck him out. That is the 8th strikeout for Connor Lutz. And, of course, Eric is calling. That was a slider away to get the strikeout. Once again, Eric's been on it all night. He's been in Lutz's head. And so that will put 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 5th inning for Connor Lutz. Lutz now will set deal. Swung on a driven straight back up the center field gap. Bear. It'll actually be Montagna who cuts it off. Throws to first in time. And that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Connor Lutz. And that will end the top of the 5th inning. And that was Bisaccia who made that play. And so that will do it for the top of the 5th. And we will be back for the bottom of the 5th right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the 5th inning here. Once again, I believe, no, it is a new pitcher on the mound for the Geneva Redwings here. And so it'll be number 21, Vincenzo Terracino. Or no, Terracino. My goodness, that is a mouthful. And so Vincenzo Terracino is how I'm going to say it. I'm sorry if that's wrong. If any parents or family members are listening, I'm sorry. But Vincenzo Terracino is now pitching for the Red Wings. So Vincenzo will be taking over here. And he'll be facing the top of the order. And number 1, Matt Granado, the leadoff man here in this inning in the bottom of the 5th, the left fielder tonight. He flew out in his first at-bat, hit by a pitch in his second at-bat. Pioneers looking to extend a 5-0 lead already. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yeah, Terracina will set deal. That is called strike 1. Once again, sorry for the pronunciation, but it is quite a last name. So 0-1 the count now. Terracina will now set, deliver. That one is going to be in there just down low for ball 1. So 1-1 the count now to Granado. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1 now. Terracino sets deals. That is check swing. Calling safe ball 2. So 2-1 now the count to Granado as he takes the lead as he check swing there. But the first base umpire rules it a ball and said that Granado was safe. Terracino now will set deal. Swung on a chop back foul and out of play. And so the count will now even up at 2-2 now. Big pitch coming up here for Terracino. Looking to get 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers rally. This crowd has been electric tonight here at Dunfield ever since that comeback 6-5 win in game 1. And that will be ball 3 outside. So 3-2 the count now to Granado. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Terracino now 3-2. Massive pitch. Will now set, deliver. That is down low in the dirt for ball 4. And that will be a leadoff walk for Matt Granado as he will trot over there to first base. And now that'll bring up number 77, Joe Muzio, the first baseman tonight. He was walked in his first at-bat, then popped out in his second at-bat. Muzio now comes up. He was walked in his first at-bat, popped out in his second at-bat. Muzio's been a little bit cold tonight. However, he can get hot at any moment here. Terracino now sets deal. That one is down low and inside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count now to Muzio. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning still. 1-0 to Muzio. Granado out first. Granado definitely a threat to steal. 10 stolen bases on the season. Terracino sets steals. That one is upstairs for ball 2. So 2-0 the count now to Muzio. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Chance for the Pioneers to extend their lead. And that one will be upstairs for ball 3. So 3-0 the count now to Muzio. Muzio, if he's walked it, but runners on first and second for the Pioneers with no outs. And it'd be Schroeder, Smith, and then Keller after him. 3-0 now. Terracino will set, deal. That one is going to be upstairs for ball 4. That is back-to-back walks for Terracino. And now that'll put runners on first and second here with no outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now that'll bring up number 10, John Schroeder, the catcher tonight. He walked in his first 2 at-bats. All the Red Wings pitchers have been pitching around John Schroeder. They have not wanted to touch John Schroeder. They've been terrified of him. And so I would expect nothing less of Terracino. However, Terracino's in a tough spot because if he pitches around Schroeder and tries to walks him, then that would load the bases for Cooper Smith, who just delivered an RBI double in game 1 and has a single in his second at-bat in game 2. So really a tough spot here for Terracino. He probably has to try and get an out here against Schroeder. However, no Geneva Red Wings pitchers tonight have tried and even done that. So we'll have to see. Terracino now coming up against Schroeder, the statistical #1 bat here in the Pioneers lineup. Terracino will look over to Granado, will set deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. He's not throwing away from him. 0-1 the count here. He's attacking Schroeder. Let's see whether it pans out. 0-1 goes the count. Terracino now. 1-1. Look over to Granado. Will set, deliver. That is outside for ball 1. So now the count will even up 1-1 here to Schroeder. That one was well outside. Schroeder just stepped out of the batter's box for that pitch. Had no intention of swinging at it. Count will even up at 1-1. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on first and second for the Pios. Terracino set, steals. That one is outside for ball 2. Schroeder takes the lead in the count 2-1. If Schroeder's walked, that would load the bases for Cooper Smith. Terracino now. 2-1. We'll look over to Granado. Will now set, deliver. That is going to be inside. That hit Schroeder. That'll be a hit by pitch walk. And now the bases are loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Pioneers. And now that'll bring up the man who has already delivered a clutch base hit in game 1 with the bases loaded. Number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder tonight in both games. And Smith with another opportunity here to deliver another base hit. And so now Smith with the bases loaded, another opportunity to drive in more runs and extend the Pioneers' already dominant 5-0 lead. Only a 7-inning ball game, so this one towards the end. Any more runs would almost put this one out of reach for Geneva. Terracino set, steal, swung on it, driven to the left center. That'll be a base hit double. And that will score Granado, that'll score Musio, that'll score Schroeder. A 3-hit RBI double for Cooper Smith. And he is feeling it tonight. That'll make it 8-0 here for the Pioneers. And Cooper Smith, another RBI double to add to his resume. What a strike there by Smith to go into left center. Perfectly placed in the gap all the way to the warning track. No doubt about it. As soon as it came off the bat, I knew that was a base hit double. And so now that'll bring up number 14, Jake Keller, the extra hitter tonight. Ground out in his first at-bat, hit by a pitch in his second at-bat. Still opportunity with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th for more damage to be done to the Red Wings. Terracino set, steals. That is swing and a miss there by Keller, and so the count will go 0-1. Oh, the count to Keller. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Cooper Smith off of second. Terracino now will set, deal. Smith is going to try and steal third. That is left down the line. And it is going to be fouled, so Smith is going to have to go back. As Keller, that one fouled that one down the first base line. And so the count will go 0-2 now to Keller. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Smith off of second. Cooper Smith, 2 clutch RBI doubles to deliver 3 runs. He did it in game 1 to tie the game. He did it again here in game 2 to make it an 8-0 ball game. Terracino sets outside, so the count will go 2-2 now, or excuse me, 1-2 actually. The count will go to Keller. So 1-2 the count to Keller. No outs here, still in the bottom of the 5th. Terracino still has a lot of work to do to get out of this. Keller at the plate, looking to drive in Smith. Terracino now sets, steals. That one is down low for ball 2. So the count will now even up at 2-2. So still, Terracino in some trouble here. 2-2 the count. Hasn't been able to get anybody so far. Needs an out here in order to try and just keep this one close. Well, it's kind of a little bit past that already, but trying to keep it where it is. Swing and a miss there by Keller. He will go down swinging. So that'll finally put it out on the board for Geneva. That'll put 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, but Terracino's work far from done. As now that'll bring up number 44, Chris Bear, the shortstop tonight. In game 2, we also played a little bit of second base in game 1 after Ray Hernandez got ejected. So Bear will come on here and up to the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Smith still over there off of second for the Pioneers. And now Terracino set, steal, swing and a miss there by Bear, and the count will go 0-1. So 0-1 the count to Bear. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Terracina now 0-1. Will now set deal. Smith is going to try and steal third. He will steal third. Cooper Smith steals a base and goes over to third. And the count will now even up to Bear at 1-1. It's actually aces wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers looking to extend their lead. Claps going here are done. Terracino now 1-1. Will now set, deliver, swing and a miss there by Bear, and the count will quickly go 1-2. One and two the count to Bear. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Terracina will set deal. That one was down low and outside for ball 2, so 2-2 the count goes now to Bear as it evens up. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, so still quite a bit of work to do for Terracino. It'll be big if he can get a strikeout here for Geneva. Terracino sets deal, swung on it, popped into left center. That might drop, and it will not drop as the center fielder Milk will come across. But Cooper Smith will score on a sacrifice fly. So sac fly by Chris Bear will now allow for the Pioneers to have a 9-0 lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bear drove that one into left center, enough to get Milk to catch it. Smith definitely fast enough to get across home in time. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, but now a 9-0 ball game for the Pioneers. So adding already more to their extensive lead. Swung on it, popped up, straight up in the air by Montagna, and that will end the inning. So another 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th for the Pioneers. We go to the top of the 6th. They lead at 9-0.
Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
What if white wine was not made for poultry, but for friendship? What if red wine set aside the steak and made room for love? What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his 2 brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company at its peak, producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father.
Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the start of the top of the 6th inning here. Pioneers lead it, dominating 9-0 here. Looking to extend their, looking to go clean here from Connor Lutz once again as he is back on the mound here for the Pioneers to start the top of the 6th. It'd be awesome if Lutz can go the full 7 innings here, as the count will go 1-1 now to number 40, Nate Milk, who is the 10th batter in the Redwings lineup. Count goes 1-1, and Lutz sets deals. That one is down low and outside. So 2-1 goes the count to Milk here. No outs in the top of the 6th inning. Lutz now 2-1, sets deal, swing and a miss there by Milk, and the count will even up at 2-2. So 2-2 the count to Milk. No outs in the top of the sixth. Lutz set, steals. That one is down low and outside for ball 3. So full count here for Milk and a big pitch for Lutz, as it is now 3-2. Lutz now sets, delivers, swung on it, popped, left field side foul and out of play. And so the count will stay at 3-2. So another massive pitch coming up here for Lutz. 3-2 full count. So another opportunity for Lutz to pick up another K. Lutz now will set, deliver, swing on a chop back foul and out of play right field side. Count will stay 3-2 again. This would be Lutz's 9th strikeout. If he can get it here on his 3-2 count to Milk. Lutz shakes off one pitch. And that will set, deliver, swung on a driven left field side. Granado will come in on it, and he will make the play in left, and that will be one out on the board for Connor Lutz in the top of the 6th inning. So one out here in the top of the 6th. And so now that'll bring up number 4, Birch Herring Jackson, the leadoff man here for the Red Wings, as we are back at the top of their order. Herring Jackson so far struck out in his first at-bat and then flew out in his second at-bat. Lutz fires one in there for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Herring Jackson. One out here in the top of the 6th. Lutz will set, deal. That one is in there, called. Ball 2 inside. I'm surprised that was not called a strike, considering the umpire's tendency to give that call. However, the count will go 2-0 anyway. Lutz sets, deals, chop back foul by Herring Jackson. The count will go 2-1. So 2-1 the count now to Herring Jackson. One out here in the top of the 6th. Lutz now will set, deliver. That one is in there, called strike 2. So 2-2 the count now to Herring Jackson. Big pitch coming up here for Lutz, looking for his 9th strikeout of the ball game. Lutz will set, deliver, swung on a driven right field side, but that is going to be foul and out of play. So the count will stay at 2-2. 2-2 still the count to to Herring Jackson. Lutz will set, deal, popped up straight over our heads, and so the count will once again stay 2-2 here, as that one was out of play. So once again, 2-2 count. Lutz still looking for his 9th K here. Can still get it. Lutz will set, deliver, swung on it, driven weakly over to the third base line, and that will roll foul. And so now Herring Jackson's going to have to come back. He ran all the way past first. But now he's going to have to come back, as that was a foul ball. It just trickled foul before Montagna scooped it up. Count will even up at 2-2 here still to Herring Jackson. Only one out here in the top of the 6th. So Lutz still looking for his 9th strikeout. Can pick it up here in order to put 2 outs on the board. It'd be big. Lutz now, 2-2. Will now set, deliver. That one is in there, just outside. Called ball 3. I can't believe it. That one looked like a strike in the outer part of the zone, but they ruled it a ball. So 3-2 the count now. Lutz still looking for the K. Will now set, deliver, swung on it, driven into center. Ginger coming in on it. He will have to play it, so that'll be a single for Herring Jackson, and that 2-2 call became really big right there, as that was the difference between a K and a single. So runner on first here now in Herring Jackson for the Red Wings, with one out here in the top of the 6th. As now that I'll bring up number 42, Dylan Can, the left fielder tonight. Struck out in his first at-bat, reached on an error in his second at-bat. Lutz now will set, deliver. That is going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count now to Can. And it looks like Christian Zeely is warming down there in the bullpen for the Pioneers, so potentially he could come in the top of the 7th in order to close this one out. Lutz will set, deal, swung on a chop back foul by Cannon, so the count will go 1-1. Aces Wild shows the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Crowd electrified here for Lutz. Trying to get him to get out of this jam. 1-on-1 the count. Runner on first in Herring Jackson. One out here in the top of the 6. Lutz will set, deliver. Swung on it, popped up right field side. Muzio going for it, but runs out of room. So the count will stay 1-2 now. 1-2 the count now to Can. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Lutz now, 1-2, will set, deliver, swung on a chopped up to Bisacci at second, who will turn a bear at short. It goes back to Muzio, but not in time. That will be a fielder's choice out. So the runner at second is out, and the runner at first, who was Can, will be safe. So that'll put 2 outs on the board, but it'll still be Can at first. And now that'll bring up number 6, Brandon Gelpy, the designated hitter tonight for the Red Wings. He struck out in his first at-bat, was walked in his second at-bat. Lutz now with 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 6th. Will now set, deliver. That is going to be upstairs and inside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count here to Gelpy. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Lutz will set, deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. Nice slider there from Lutz. So 1-1 goes the count now to Gelpy. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Can off of first. Lutz now will set, deliver. Swung on a chop back foul by Gelpy, and the count will go 1-2 now. Lutz looking for his 9th strikeout here and to end the top of the 6th inning, which means the Pioneers will be 3 outs away from completing the sweep. Lutz now 1-2. Will now set, deliver. That is going to be inside. Called ball 2. So deuces wild goes the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Lutz still digging for that 9th strikeout of the ball game. He can still pick it up here. Count goes 2-2. Lutz sets, delivers, swung on a chop back foul. Gelpy just got a piece of that. And so the count will stay at deuces wild. Still 2-2. 2 outs, top of the 6th. Lutz trying to end this inning. Lutz now will set, deliver. That is going to be outside, and that gets by Schroeder. And now Can is going to go over to second. So the count goes full here to Gelpy. And now runner on second in Dylan Can for the Red Wings. Lutz now. 3-2 goes the count. Well, now set, deliver. That is going to be upstairs. Called ball 4. Are you kidding me? I thought that was going to be called strike 3, but instead it's a walk for Gelpy with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And so now that'll bring in number 38, Jason. I don't know why I keep calling him Jackson. Jason Shockley, the first baseman. Grounded out in his first at-bat. Fielder's choice in his second at-bat. Drum is over there by the bullpen, but it doesn't look like he's going to pull Lutz just quite yet. Like I said, Coach Drum would love to see Lutz go all 7 innings here. Lutz will set, deal, swing and a miss there by Shockley, and the count goes 0-1. 0-1 the count to Shockley. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Lutz will set, deliver, swing and a miss there by Shockley again, and the count will go 0-2. 0-2 the count to Shockley. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Lutz looking for his 9th strikeout to end the top of the 6th inning. Lutz will look over to second. Will now set, deliver, swing and a miss there by Shockley. He strikes him out. That is the 9th strikeout for Connor Lutz, and that will end the top of the 6th inning. No runs for the Red Wings in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers still dominating 9-0. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the 6th inning here. Pioneers lead at 9-0, dominating the Red Wings here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Pioneers 3 outs away in the top of the 7th from a victory or 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 the count. It will go to Weston Gingrich, number 4, who will be leading off this inning. It is still Terracino on the mound for the Red Wings here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 the count to Gingrich. Terracino sets steal, swing and a miss there by Gingrich. And the count will even up at 1-1. Like I said, 3 runs or 6 outs will end this ball game. 3 runs by via the mercy rule. As it is, if it is 12-0 after 5 innings, the game will be called on a mercy rule. And so the Pioneers either need 3 runs or 6 outs to get the win and complete the sweep, and they'll be halfway to getting towards first place. So 2-1 the count out of Gingrich. Terracino sets steal, swung on a driven. That will be a base hit in a center field gap. A single for Gingrich. And now it looks like we might be erring towards the run rule here in the bottom of the 6th. And so now that will bring up number 42, Spencer Aubin, the designated hitter who grounded out in his first at-bat, fielder's choice in his second at-bat. Aubin now will step in and look over to Terracino. Terracino looks over to Gingrich off first, and now will set deliver. That is going to be inside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Aubin here. No outs in the bottom of the 6th. Gingrich off of first for the Pioneers already. Terracino now 1-0. Will now set deliver. That is going to be upstairs and inside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count here to Aubin. No outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pioneers, what a day it's been for them. 9-run lead here in Game 2, and Game 1 was hectic, man. They were down 5-0 as Gingrich's going to try and steal second. That's a swing and a miss by Aubin. 2-1 the count. The throw was way over. Are you kidding me? I think the catcher shockingly threw that into the outfield. And so 2-1 goes to the count to Aubin. Well, my goodness, what a throw. And a missed throw by the pitcher now. What is happening? Geneva's falling apart right now. My goodness, that is a weird stretch. Gingrich over there at second. He almost got to third. There were so many missed throws. But he will still just be at second. 2-1 goes the count to him. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Gingrich will be off of second now as he takes his lead. Terracino looks over to Gingrich. And now will set, deliver. Swung on, popped into right field. That one might get caught by the right fielder. It will not, as he runs out of room. So the count will go 2-2 here now. So 2-2 the count to Aubin. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Gingrich off second. Aubin at the plate, 2-2 the count to him. Terracino set steals. That one is just upstairs and outside for ball 3. 3-2 the count now to Aubin. It fills up. Aubin gets walked. That bring up number 22, Nick Bisaccia, the second baseman tonight, who is already RBI singled in this ballgame. Terracino set steals. Swing and a miss by Aubin. He goes down swinging. So that will finally put an out on the board for Geneva here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But now that'll bring up number 22, Nick Bisaccia, the second baseman tonight. He RBI singled, as I mentioned, in his first at-bat. Flew out in his second at-bat. So now he'll step into the plate here with only 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. And Gingrich still over there off of second. So now with Gingrich off second, and Bisaccia at the plate, Pioneers looking to try and maybe end this game on a mercy rule. Count goes 0-1 here as that's called strike 1. A little bit upstairs fastball, but ump gives him the call. So the count will go 0-1. Terracino looks over to Gingrich off of second. 0-1 the count. And now we'll set, deliver. That's going to be upstairs for ball one. So the count will go aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And either way, whether the Pioneers get 3 runs or they just need 3 outs in the top of the 7th, they're 99% likely to walk away with this one as they have a 9-0 lead. And that one will be outside and upstairs for ball 2. So 2-1 the count now to Bisaccia. And of course, thinking a little bit ahead, Pioneers are going to Geneva tomorrow to try and complete the 4-game sweep, the quadfecta. And so they are trying to complete that tomorrow by sweeping Geneva in 4 straight games, as they'll be playing a doubleheader against them in Geneva tomorrow, as that's a swing and a miss by Bisaccia. And so Pioneers will look to do that. Then they have to go to Niagara. Then they're back home versus Jamestown on the 20th for a doubleheader, another doubleheader. They, like I said, they have 3 doubleheaders in 4 days, so it's really tough on the Pioneers, but they've gotten through one of these doubleheaders pretty cleanly so far. Swing and a miss by Bisaccia. He goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Terracino. And now that'll bring up number 1, Matt Granado, the leadoff man here. Granado, the left fielder tonight. He flew out in his first at-bat, hit by a pitch in his second at-bat, walked in his third at-bat. So obviously the Pioneers have done step 1 to going into first place in the West Division. And they got some help tonight, actually, by Niagara. Niagara beat Batavia 6-3, which helps the Pioneers tremendously. And so, really, everything's going right now for the Pioneers. They couldn't have asked for much better. And so, 1-0 the count now to Granado. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Terracino now. Gingrich's going to steal third. Chopped up into right. That should have ended as Fulton comes under, and he will make the play in right. And that will end the bottom of the 6th. So we go to the top of the 7th. Pioneers up 9-0. Geneva down to the last 3 outs right after this.
French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century, and they were brought over by my grandfather in the 1950s. And here at Bully Hill, we started the experimental farm, from where these hybrid varietals have made their way to almost all 50 states. As we become more environmentally conscious, we're looking for agricultural solutions that have less impact on the environment. Now, the French hybrids that my grandfather brought over in the 1950s already solved this problem ahead of time. They take half the amount of fungicide, and that was the backbone of what built Bully Hill, the French-American hybrids. My dad firmly believed that a product is an extension of a person's soul, and we still adhere to that today at Bully Hill Vineyards. His memory and his vision is still seen around the Finger Lakes. Here at Bully Hill, we're excited about the future and sharing this experience with you. Bully.
Welcome back to the Pioneers live stream. I'm bringing you all back early right now because this is just the ultimate insult to injury move here by the Pioneers, and I love it. It'll be number 8, Cooper Smith, on the mound here in the top of the 7th inning. He will be throwing to close out this ball game. Cooper Smith is not done yet tonight. He RBI doubled in both Game 1 and Game 2 of this doubleheader. Now he's going to throw to close out Game 2. And so, obviously, 3 outs for Cooper Smith will end it here. And what a move by Coach Drum. I know he wants to save arms, and how about the best way to save arms? With literally throwing out a position player. Cooper Smith has never thrown in a league game or an exhibition game. He has never thrown this entire season for the Pioneers. Cooper Smith is now on the mound to start this top of the 7th inning. So, what a storyline here. Coach Drum is just throwing insult to injury. He's really rubbing it in Geneva's face, and I absolutely love it. Do not get me wrong. I love this move. He not only saves the bullpen arms, but it just rubs it in Geneva's face a little bit that we swept them today, which feels awfully good. So Smith will be warming up here. I have no idea what Cooper Smith throws. I don't know if anybody does besides Cooper Smith. So we're going to find out here. And we will find out what he throws and how well he throws. He'll be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, or excuse me, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Red Wings, who will be the last out for the Geneva Red Wings here. And so now it'll be Brandon Begay, number 28, the catcher tonight, who singled in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat, and Smith now will try and close out the ball game. First pitch from Smith is a swing and a miss and a called strike one. What a pitch! And the count goes 0-1. That was a fastball right down Broadway. I am really impressed. I'm going to have to talk next time I have Cooper Smith on the stream. I'm going to have to talk to him about his pitching. That is swung on and popped into right center. Noss is going for it. He will come back and make the play in right. No, he dropped it. Noss dropped it, and so that will be a stand-up triple for Brandon Begay. Not Cooper Smith's fault. However, Noss just couldn't quite make the play. It was all the way back in the warning track up against the wall. So a stand-up triple for Begay here. So no outs here in the top of the 7th inning. It's really interesting to see Smith. I've been impressed with Smith. Like, I'm actually really interested to see how Cooper Smith does. And now that'll bring him number 5, Cooper Loyal, the shortstop tonight. He singled in his first at, popped out in his second at. Cooper Smith now sets, delivers. That one is upstairs for ball 1. Another fastball, though. He's got some heat. I will admit, Cooper Smith is packing some heat right now. He's throwing really hard, harder than what I expected him to throw. Smith deals, swing and a miss! Wow. 1-1 the count. Another fastball that Cooper Smith just blew by Lowell. So 1-1 the count. Cooper Smith now, 1-1. Will now set, deliver, swung on it, popped up into left. Montagna coming under it over there in foul territory. He will make the play and keep Begay right where he is. So a pop out here will put 1 out on the board in the top of the 7th inning for the Pioneers. And the Pioneers just 2 outs away here now. Cooper Smith 2 outs away from closing out this ball game. And so now that'll bring him number 10, Ethan Fulton, the right fielder tonight. He struck out in his first 2 at-bats. Fulton now will be coming in with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith will set, deliver. That is upstairs, ball 1. I don't think I've seen Cooper Smith throw anything but fastballs, but even if he can only throw fastballs, he's been dealing. He already got 1 out. So all he needs is 2 more. 1-0, Cooper Smith deals, sets. That is inside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count now to Fulton. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 100% the next time that I talk with Cooper Smith or have him on the live stream, I'm talking to him about this pitching outing because this has been quite impressive. 2-0 the count. Smith deals. That is 3-0 now. That is upstairs. He's losing a little bit of control. He just needs to find the strike zone a little bit. Cooper Smith has still got it. 3-0 the count now to Fulton. Cooper Smith will set, deal. That is inside. Called, ball 4. And so that'll be a walk here for Fulton with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Obviously, Pioneers working with a massive 9-0 lead, so they can afford to give up a couple runs. I don't think there's too much to worry about. And so now that'll bring up number 2, John Ayler, the extra hitter tonight. Struck out in his first 2 at-bats. He has not faced Cooper Smith so far tonight. Smith now will set, deliver. That is in there. Called strike 1. A beautiful fastball from Cooper Smith. And the count will go 0-1. 0-1 the count now to Ayler. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith now will set, deliver. That is upstairs for ball 1. So the count will go aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Runners on the corners for the Red Wings. However, Pioneers working with a comfortable 9-0 lead. Cooper Smith looking over to first. 1-1. Will now set, deliver. That is going to be off speed in there. Called strike 2. I think he broke out a curveball. I think that was a curveball from Smith that was called a strike. 1-2 the count. I didn't know Cooper Smith had a curveball. News to me. 1-2 the count. I've been so impressed with Cooper Smith in this inning. 1-2 the count now. Cooper Smith looking for the K. Will set, deal. That is in there. Call strike 3. He struck him out. Cooper Smith got the strikeout to put 2 outs on the board. Are you kidding me? Wow. 2 outs on the board here. Cooper Smith is dealing it in Tyson right now. And now that'll bring him number 31, Jeremy Mangiamelli. The third baseman tonight. He flew out in his first at-bat, grounded out in his second at-bat. Smith now will set, delivers, turning in a check swing, called strike one. Fastball in there for called strike one. Cooper Smith 0-1 the count. 2 outs here on the top of the 7th. Pioneers 1 out away from a sweep. Smith now 0-1. Will now set, deliver. That is going to be outside and off speed. I think he went to an off-speed pitch. Couldn't tell what it was. It didn't look like a curveball. Maybe a slider. It went 1-1. The count goes here now. 1-1 to Mangiamelli. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Smith looks over to first. And now we'll set, deliver. That is going to be outside, just outside, call ball 2. So 2-1 the count now to Mangiamelli. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith with a strikeout in this ball game, looking to end it. 2-1 the count. Cooper Smith will set, deliver. That is in there, just down low, called ball 3. That looked like a strike from up here, but the umpire is going to rule it down low, so the count will go 3-1 to Mangiamelli. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith 3-1, set, steal, swing and a miss by Mangiamelli. The count goes 3-2. Cooper Smith looking for back-to-back strikeouts to end it on a 3-2 count. 1 strike away for Cooper Smith from a sweep. And from games 3 and 4 tomorrow. 3-2 the count now to Mangiamelli. Cooper Smith will look over to first. And that will set, deliver. That one is just outside, ball 4. So that'll be a walk for Mangiamelli to load the bases here for the Red Wings. And so now that'll bring him number 40, Nate Milk, the center fielder tonight. He struck out in his first at-bat, flew out in his second at-bat. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. No worries for Cooper Smith. It is still only 1 out to go here as Milk will come to the plate. Cooper Smith will now set, deliver. That is upstairs for ball 1. So 1-0 the count now to to Nate Milk. 1-0 the count to Milk. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Smith 1 out away. Will set, deliver. That is in there. Just down low for ball 2. I'm surprised that was not called. Strike 1 personally. So 2-0 the count now to Milk. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith needs 1 out to end it. Cooper Smith popped up behind the play, but that one will be out of play. So the count will go 2-1 to Milk here. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cooper Smith 1 out away from a sweep. And from games 3 and 4 tomorrow. Smith now 2-1. Will now set, deliver. That is upstairs, called ball 3. So 3-1 the count here to Milk. If Cooper Smith does walk Milk here, it would ruin the shutout, but still, a commanding lead. Swing and a miss there by Milk. Instead of walking him, he gets a swing and a miss to go 3-2. 3-2 the count to Milk. Cooper Smith looking for a strikeout, his second of the night to end it. Smith 3-2 will now set, deliver. That is upstairs, ball 4. So that will walk in a run. And so the shutout is officially gone, but still, the result is well in doubt. And so now, still 2 outs here, but now that'll bring up the leadoff man again in Birch Herring Jackson. 2 outs here still in the top of the 7th, so any out ends it still for Smith. Who will now set, deliver. That is in there, just upstairs and outside, ball 1. Cooper Smith cannot get the calls right now. Like, he's been throwing good. He just simply hasn't gotten much help from the umpire. 1-0 the count. Smith now will set, deliver. That is in there, called strike 1. If the umpire called that a ball, I would have freaked out. That is a 1-1 count now to Herring Jackson. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Smith now, 1-on-1, sets, delivers. That is in there, call strike 2. Cooper Smith goes to the curveball to get strike 2. 1-2 the count here now. Cooper Smith looking for a second strikeout to end it. 1-2 the count. Smith now will set, deliver. That is upstairs for ball 2. Count will stay 2-2 now. So deuce is wild. Cooper Smith still looking for called strike 3 to end it. Smith now 2-2 will set, deliver, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will end the ball game. Pioneers win it. Pioneers win it. 9-1 the final. Cooper Smith throws 2 strikeouts and gets the close in the top of the 7th. Connor Lutz, an amazing performance through 6 innings, 9 Ks, only no runs given up, 4 hits. An amazing performance by him. Pioneers sweep the Red Wings in this first doubleheader of games 1 and 2. Looking ahead at the schedule, they will have to be at Geneva tomorrow for another doubleheader. They will be going for the quadfecta, going for 4 straight games against Geneva tomorrow. Then they'll be at Niagara, home versus Jamestown for another doubleheader, then back at Niagara. So some long road trips and some more doubleheaders in the Pioneers' future. But right now, they have swept the Red Wings. 9-1 the final in this one. Until tomorrow at Geneva for games 3 and 4, I am Alex